guys, so today we're going to talk about my top 2018 reads, and I'm going to go up to 18, I think is how many I picked. Since it's 2018, I figured I'd do 18. So I have 18 books for you right here, and these are my favorites. They are either 4 or 5-star reads, if I remember correctly. Actually, I think they're all 5 stars. Yeah, pretty sure they're all 5 stars. Might have to check my Goodreads to prove me wrong, but these 18 books I've noticed are either contemporary YA or fantasy YA, except for one. One is a mystery thriller and it's an adult book. Other than that, all fantasy, all contemporary, all the time. So apparently I have a favorite. But I'm just going to start from this side, I think, and go this way. Yeah. So the first one, and these are in no particular order, is Escaping from Houdini by Carey, Menace, Callow. This is the 3rd book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I absolutely love this one. I didn't like the love triangle, that's the word, words that happened in this one. I thought it was just unnecessary because it made me mad, but at the same time, like, I see why she did it. So I really liked it. The ending was great. I'm excited for the next one. I think it's gonna be the last one, but I'm not sure. So it was cool that it was on a boat and that they just were kind of trapped and had to figure this out, rather than like they were in a big city like the first 2. So it was kind of cool. And it's a James Patterson Presents, and I like those, but I don't like James Patterson. It's really weird. But this was really good, and it's not that thick of a book, so I flew right through it. The next one is Dumplin by Julie Murphy. I read this because it was going to be a movie. And I had been interested in it before, but it was never like, oh my gosh, I need to read this now, until I saw that it was going to be a Netflix movie, and then I was like, I need to get on this. So I read it because of that, and it was adorable. It was so empowering and so cute, and then the movie was just as good, which like never happens except for Netflix movies apparently. Netflix YA to movie adaptions are really good, which I'll talk about again. But yeah, this one was really good, and I loved it, so go read it and then watch the movie. And then the next one is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. This is the first one in her new series. I'm kind of mad that she didn't continue with Daughter of Smoke and Bone. No, that's not right. Daughter of a Burning City. That's it. Sorry about that. Before she started a new series, but I mean, I really loved this series so far. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. King of Fools, which is the sequel, comes out this year, I think in April or May. So I'm really excited to see where it goes and see what happens to these characters. The next one, actually, I read 2 in this series, which is, I'm dropping all the books. So I'm not even gonna say the author's name because I'm gonna butcher it and it's gonna sound terrible. So this is the Ember in the Ashes series. I read this one and A Torch Against the Night, which is the sequel. And the reason why A Torch Against the Night didn't make the list is because I had so many others. So kind of this is like a double package, where the first one and the second one were both one of my top favorites. So this is a great story. I was addicted to it. I got obsessed with it and had to buy like the book bow that came with the fairy loot from somebody off Facebook, my friend Mandy actually, and I just loved it. It was so good. It was a great fantasy, great world building and everything. And I started to read Reaper at the Gates and I got distracted and I couldn't finish it, and I just haven't finished it yet. So that's on my list to read this year so I can finish this trilogy, and it was excellent. So you need to check that out. The next 3 books, actually, I did separate because I just love them so much. And those are the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. So we have To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You. Yeah, I had to make sure I said that right. And Always and Forever, Lara Jean. And these are by Jenny Han. And they, try to figure out how to hold them. They follow Lara Jean, who sends out these notes to... She writes these letters to the boys that she's had crushes on, and she writes the letters to get rid of the crush, and then she hides the letters, and her letters get out. And the first one became a Netflix movie, and it just got picked up for a sequel, and the movie was excellent, and it made me mad the first time I watched it because it kind of stole stuff from the second book, but that's not important. The important part is the books are excellent, and I do recommend them. They're probably one of my favorite contemporaries behind Casey West books, or even at the same level as Casey West books, if not better. Because of the writing and the fact that it's I don't want to say it's a better author, but she writes better, in my opinion, than Casey West does. This is more like, there's more, I don't want to say more drama, but there's more emotions than a Casey West book where it's just like fluffy reads. This has an impact, in my opinion. So it was really good. I do recommend it. The whole series was excellent. So that's why all 3 of these are separate books on my top 18. The next two are by the same author, so I'm going to hold them both up at the same time. That is The Upside of Unrequited and Leah on the Offbeat. I'm going to talk about the first one, which is The Upside of Unrequited, and these are both by Becky Albertalli. And this one is a single, like, it's from the person who did Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, but it's not in any relation to that. The next one is, though. But this one is about a girl who just is always falling for guys, and they never fall for her, and all that kind of stuff. And it was really good. I remember I actually physically read this book, which I haven't done in a really long time, unless I had the audiobook as well. And I actually physically read this one, and it was really good. The story was great. The characters were great. I mean, Becky Albertalli is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. So definitely check this one out. The next one, trying to make sure those don't fall down, is Leah on the Offbeat. And this is a companion, not a sequel, a companion, if I remember right, to Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. It takes the story to after what happens with Simon and focuses on Leah and her story. A lot of people didn't like this because of where it went, but I actually really liked it. I thought it was good. I thought that the characters really grew, and it was cool getting to see all of them again. So I do recommend this. It was really good. It might make you mad depending on, you know, how you feel about certain relationships and things, but it was really good in my opinion, and I think it was definitely the way to go with the story. So I don't know if she's writing more with these characters, but I mean, I would love to keep reading about them. So that was that one. The next one is another one that's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, which is I absolutely loved 5 Feet Apart. This one, actually, they made the movie and then wrote the book, which is really unusual, at least for what I've seen. And it's about 2 people who have, I don't remember what it's called. If you remember, let me know, because it's going to drive me crazy. But they're in a hospital, and they can't touch, because if they do, they could get each other sick, and then they could die. So they have to be at least 6 feet apart. And this book is about, obviously, 5 feet apart. So you got to read it to find out why it's not 6 feet apart. But it was really good. I loved the characters. I loved their relationship. And I cannot wait to see the movie. And not just because Cole Sprouse is in it. The next one is Gemina, which is number 2 in the Illuminate files. These books are excellent, especially the audiobooks if you listen to them, and you have to read along in the book because it's done in like pictures and charts and logs and just different things like that, journals, and it's I don't know, they're so good. The first one was excellent, the second one was excellent, and I have to finish the third one this year or I'm going to lose my mind, because it's a trilogy. And it's by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, which, the last book was by Rachel Lippincott, by the way, just in case you were curious. Anyway, back to this. So the audiobook is a full cast. It's got sound effects and everything. It is excellent. So if you're going to read this, read it with the audiobook. It's action, it's adventure, it's romance, it's everything. So you need to read this. The next one is my only adult book from last year that I loved, and that is You by Caroline Kepnes. Okay, whatever. And this is a Netflix show, which I didn't know when I read it, I don't think. But it's about a guy who stalks a girl, and it's from his point of view, and you don't see that a lot, at least I haven't. If you know of any more that's like that, let me know, because I found this really interesting. Like, to get in the mind of a stalker or like a serial killer would be really like interesting to me, especially because my master's degree is in forensic psychology, and they all fell. Anyway, so I would love to get in the mind again of somebody like this and just see their thoughts and why they do this. Not that I agree with him at all, but you know, it was really good. So I hope the TV show's like it. I only got like 4 episodes into it, and I kind of lost interest, so I don't know if I'll finish it, but the book was really good. I do recommend it, especially if you loved the show. The rest of them all fell down, so I'm just gonna start at the end here, which doesn't matter because it's in no order. But the next one is The Kissing Booth by Beth Wrinkles. This is also a Netflix show. I see a pattern here. I don't know if it's a good one to have, but you know what? It led me to a lot of good books, so it's fine. And this is about a girl who, they set up this kissing booth, and she falls for her best friend's brother. Yeah, and it's just really good. I don't even know what to say about it. I got it for like $3, and I read it because it was going to become a movie, and it's just, you know, a fluffy, light read, but it still has some impact, and it was really good. I do recommend it a lot. do that one last. The next one is another fantasy, I guess you could say. It's The Darkest Minds by Alexandre Bracken. Now, this one, yes, I read it because there's going to be a movie. I know. I'm tired of saying it too. But I did not like it the first time I read it. I had to reread it to like it. And I think that's because the first time I read it, it was an audiobook, and I wasn't really paying attention as well as I should have been. So when I reread it, I actually paid a lot of attention and made sure that I liked it. I didn't make sure I liked it. I made sure that I was able to like it if, you know, I was actually paying attention. So when I did listen to it and read along with it at the same time and actually give it the focus it deserved, it was really good. And I watched the movie, and it was also really good. I don't know why I didn't get enough hype, but the series, I haven't finished with it yet because I want to wait until I see if it gets picked up for another movie before I continue with it, because if it doesn't, then I can read the whole series rather than just the next book. So this one was really good, though. I do recommend it. It's kind of like an X-Men kind of concept, but like a dystopian version of it. So I do recommend it if you like that kind of concept. I have 4 more for you. The next one is a Casey West book, and that is Lucky in Love. This one was really cute. I don't remember 100% what it was about, but I do remember that it was really cute and that it was a typical Casey West book where, you know, it leaves you feeling good. So it wasn't one of my favorites of hers because obviously I don't remember much about it, but it was a good book. So recommend that one. This next book made me cry very much, and so did the movie, which is Midnight Sun, and this is by Trish Cook. And it was what you expected would happen. Like, it wasn't surprising or shocking what happened in the end, but it was still so emotional and so good. And I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'll start crying, but it was really good, so I do recommend reading that one. The next one is a fantasy, and that is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandre Cristo. And this one was probably one of my favorites of last year as far as fantasy goes, which I guess they all were, but like, this was just so fresh and so different that I really loved it. So I do recommend this one a lot. It's kind of like a Little Mermaid twist, so check it out. And then the last one I read around Christmas time, and that is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. I listened to the audiobook because I only had an ARC, but it's like what's that book called? A Christmas Carol. That's what it is. And she has to be a Scrooge and then get her life on track so she can not be a Scrooge. It's just really good. Like, the concept was adorable, and I absolutely loved it. Another Christmas book I read that I liked was My New Crush Gave to Me, but I don't actually have the book, so that's why I didn't put it on the list. But that would probably be my number 19. So check those out around Christmas time if you like to read Christmassy books around Christmas time. So that is all for my top 18/19, maybe 20 for 2018. So let me know which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like. You know, tell me if you didn't like my opinions. I'd like to argue with you. So just comment below and subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.